Right, welcome back everybody. We're working on this 2 litre Ford Mondeo Duratec HE. So what we're going to be doing today is giving it a service. I've got oil filter, air filter, pollen filter, and I've got a bit of steering fluid as well because I think I noticed that was a bit low. I'm not doing the spark plugs because this car was apparently serviced every year, and I've gone round it and had a look underneath it. The oil's clean in it, and the oil filter looks pretty clean as well, but I'm just doing the fluids just as a peace of mind for myself. So let's get started. Right then, so first of all I'm going to start off with the air filter, and the way you do that, you've just got 3 screws at the front here. That's Phillips, so we'll just wind these out, and I presume this is going to look pretty clean in here as well. And also, while I'm doing this service, I am just going to whip this scuttle panel off at the front here and just check the drainage points to make sure they're not blocked where it's been sitting about, because we don't want any water getting on the ECU. Right then, there we go. As you can see, that is a brand new filter. Look, not a bit of crap in that at all. Look, just got a bit of damage there where they've damaged it putting it in, so I will change it just for that aspect, just so that keeps any moisture out. But as you can see, look, brand spanking new. Identical. So we'll just put that in, make sure we don't damage it. There we go, that's in perfectly now. So we can start to wind them screws back in. And there we go. So I'm just going to pull this cover off here. Right, so I'm just going to put a bit of steering fluid in here. It does look like it's up to the mark there, but actually if you look in the bottle, it's actually a bit low, so that's just like a stain on there. So we just need to bring it up to mark. It's just under the minimum, so we'll drop a bit in there. Right then, so I've just filled that up now. That's bang up to the mark. So that's that done now. What we'll do next is we'll take this scuttle off, have a look under there. I'm not sure if the pollen filter's under there on the right hand side either, so it'll be coming off anyway. So for some of you new subscribers, you might not know, I actually picked this car up as scrap. It's got 37,000 miles on the clock, and it had a problem where it would turn the key, it would start and cut off straight away. It would run for literally a second, and that was all to do with the PAT system and the ECU immobiliser. So if you're interested in that, how we got this car running, when it went to several other garages, it went to a Ford main dealership, they got it running, it lasted about 3 months, and then it come back again, this problem. That looked like it through water getting into the ECU. That's why I want to check these scuttles, because this car has sat around a long time. And it also went to a handful of auto electricians as well, which they couldn't get it to do anything. So we've had the car for about 2 weeks, and probably in total we've invested maybe a good couple of hours in it, and we've done our own research and we've actually got it sorted now. So if you want to see what we've done and how we've done it, check on this playlist down below for the Ford Mondeo. This has turned out to be a really nice cheap car. It's like brand new inside. As you can see, it's been well maintained just by looking at that air filter. So I'm still going to drop the oil on it and do the filter, so I know when it was done and I've done it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to undo these Torx bolts up along the top here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I can see. We'll undo them. We'll take this scuttle off. I don't know if we're going to have to take the wiper arms off to get this side off or not, but that side should just lift up anyway. So right then, so these are T30s, so we'll just whip them out. Right then, so this half will lift up now. So we'll just pull that out of the way, just make sure you leave your windscreen trim there. So we'll just take that out of the way. And as you can see, I'm quite surprised these don't often get changed, but again, that one looks relatively clean. practically brand new again, look. Got a bit of dirt there, I reckon that's just fingerprints on where they've installed it. These do actually have a arrow to which way the air flows, as you can see, so that wants to be facing into the car. So there is a few little black bits in there, but that's nothing to write home about. I say I'm going to change it so I know it's done. Bit of crap there, not a lot. And if we take a look in this scuttle, it actually isn't too bad. I've actually seen a lot worse. There's hardly any debris in there, so I'm not sure if this car has been undercover where it's been parked up, or there's been no trees over it. So there is a bit of muck and crap up here. I will clean all that off. A little bit of moss there, as you can see. So I'm going to just take the other side off and just check that, because that is above the ECU. I'll get that off, we'll have a clean up here, and we'll reinstall it then. Right then, so we'll just take a look down here, and as you can see it's very clean in there, the odd cobweb, but nothing that's going to affect it. I did take the bottom strip off of I left that attached to the other part of this scuttle because I want to clean all along the bottom of this windscreen and the channel on that. So we did have a bit of a job. These were seized on, so we put a bit of penetrator fluid on it and a couple of wax with the hammer and that come off. But everything, I was expecting to see a lot of muck in here, but it's really clean actually. Right, so I'm just going to go ahead and have a bit of a tidy up round here, and what I'm using is a bit of G101, so I'm just going to do that now. Right, so I've also bought a new set of wipers. There's nothing wrong with these ones really, but the ST wants a set on it because the driver's one's split on the ST220. So what I'm going to do is, because we're keeping this one, I'm going to put the new ones on here, and these are still good. There's nothing wrong with these rubbers on here, so I'm going to stick them on the ST220. So we'll just take these off, and these look like the original wipers from new, to be fair. They're still stamped Ford, and they have all the little yellow markings, manufactured markings on them. And the way these go on, you just slide through and they just click on just like that. Simple as, you can't go wrong with them. And again, this one's the same, it's the Ford stamp on it. You push the little tab in and there you go. So I've gone for Bosch ones this time, and they do have the little spoiler like the original factory. So pull it up, you get a click, and that's the wipers, as easy as that. So I'll drop these ones in here for now. We'll go inside and see if they clear the windscreen. Right then, so we'll just pop that on. There we go. Lovely job there. That's spot on there, not a mark on the windscreen now. That's beautiful. Right then, so we're going to get on with the oil change now. I've got the oil, the filter, and I bought myself a new sump plug as well. So I don't know what state it is under here. So I've got the car jacked up on an axle stand and the jack there just supporting that as well. It's not too bad on here. So we've got the sump plug just behind there. And the oil filter's just here on this one. It's a nice easy location. It's facing up the right way, so we shouldn't get too much of a mess. I should get myself an oil drain tray and then we'll get started. Right then, so you've got your 13mm nut. Oh, a bit tight. Oh dear. Right, it's a bit tight that. So that's a bit tight that, so I've just got myself a little bar so I can leave her on there. Hopefully. Just to crack that. There we go. That's got it. So just wind that nut out. The container ready. Right, here we go. Right, ready. There we go. As you can see, that's not too bad, that oil. That's pretty clean. And the plug would go again, but I say I bought a new one, so I'll change that. So we'll just give that 5 minutes to drain out and I'll come back to you. Right then, so that's pretty much drained now. So I put a new plug in and it's got a new rubber O-ring in there, so hopefully we don't get no leaks. Right, that plug is not the same thread, because that ain't going in and it's starting to twist, so I'm not going to force it in. Threads do look slightly thinner. Let's just try and put the original one back in. I say there is nothing wrong with this one. And that goes in perfect, that. So we're going to stick with the original. There's nothing wrong with it, it's not chewed up on, I think. It looks like it's a wrong plug from Euro car parts. So we'll just wipe that drip off. That's just nipped up by hand, so just clean around there. We'll get this oil pulled over there out the way. So now we can do the sump plug up. And it ain't got to go too mad, it's just got to be nipped. There we go. That's that done. Right then folks, so I don't know if you can see the filter here. Actually again, it's brand new. It's not been on there long at all, but we're going to do it. So what I'm going to be using is the old chain on the ratchet. So let's just get that tightened up. There we go, it's coming. It's coming. Bring that back again. There we go. There we go, that's got it. I'm just going to bring our tub back under here. We shouldn't get too much of a mess because the filter's actually sitting up the right way to hold it into the cup. So we'll just let that bit run out for a minute. Get our cloth. And under this car it's really tidy. No leaks from anywhere, gearbox or nothing. Oil leaks, nothing at all. Apart from this one I've just created. Everything looks fantastic. That's slowing down now. So we'll give that a turn off. There we go. Drop that in there. Happy days. There we go. So I'll grab the new filter. And I'm just going to put a bit of oil in this because we can prime it ready, because we're sitting it upwards, it won't matter. We're not going to be having it on an angle, so it's not going to come out. Right, okay then, so what we're going to do now is I'm just going to put the new one on. I've filled the cup and I've actually put a bit of oil just around the rubber seal. So, because it's never good going in dry. Push it out of the way. These just need to be hand tight. There we go. And that's done. I'll just give that a wipe round. Lovely jubbly. Yep, solid. Right then folks, so we're going to go ahead now and put the oil in. Remember, I've already filled the oil filter up, so that's a good start for when we come to start it. So we'll get a good 3/4 of this in, and then we'll start checking the levels. Right, then we'll leave that there for a minute. We'll just let that run down to the places where it needs to. See if we're getting a reading on there yet. It's just on the very point there. You probably can't see that. It's just on the tip. I know it still needs a bit more anyway. Right then, so we'll leave that for a minute. I don't know if you can see, we're actually just up to 3/4 on the mark now. So what I'll do is I'll start the car, just to get the oil around the system, and it probably will drop down a bit more. So let me just start this for a minute, get the oil worked round, and then we'll take another reading. And always ensure your oil light goes out on the dash. I'll just give that a couple of turns. Right, oil light's just gone out straight away. Happy with that. So just let it tick over for 10-15 seconds. Get that oil where it needs to be. And we'll do another reading. And then we'll see what we're at and fill it up accordingly. Right, that'll do. So it might have dropped now. Just give that a clean. And see where we're at. Yeah, I don't know if you can see now. That has dropped just below the minimum. Not below, just on top of the minimum, sorry. It's just above that minimum line, so that's always good. Don't always take your first reading. Always run your car and then give it a second reading then. So we'll do that. Right then, so there we go. Just have a wipe round up here. We'll give this one final check. And it's bang on point. Lovely. So I'm going to leave it here for this little Ford Mondeo Mark III. This is a 2-litre titanium. This was a service, not a full service. We didn't do the plugs, but I say what we've seen from the air filter and the oil filter, it has just been recently serviced anyway. So there's no doubt these plugs have been done. I might just whip them out off camera just to see what they're looking like. But you don't need to see that. Everyone knows how to take a spark plug out. It's just take the cap off and you've got your spark plug socket there. So I'm going to leave it here. And until next time, we'll see you about.